Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Hope you all are doing well. Today, for our theater class, we are going to do some more vocal work that I started with you guys last week. For those of you who are following along at home. So today, let's start with warming up our voices. Okay, we're going to do a ah sound, and then an o sound, and then an oo sound, and then an e sound. Okay? Oh, let's all start by shaking out our shoulders and our necks, making sure we're not carrying any tension right in here. I certainly have been a little tense myself, dealing with some allergies today. My nose is not my friend, but I'm going to try to push on through for y'all. So forgive me if I have a sneezing fit in the middle of this video. I really, really hope that doesn't happen, you guys. All right. So we will start with ah. And then you can follow along. Ah. Oh. And then you can follow along. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. And finally, the E. And remember, keeping your mouth nice and wide and open. E. And feel that reverberation right behind your teeth. Okay, so ah takes place back in your throat. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, a little bit further forward. Ooh, a little bit further forward. E. Right behind those teeth is where you should be feeling some reverberations. Okay. Vibrations in your voice. Let's start off with a few tongue twisters. These will be review, but they're just helping us all warm up before we get into our main lesson of the day. I'm going to start with specific Pacific. Specific Pacific. Specific Pacific. Specific Pacific. Specific Pacific. Okay. Rush the washing rustle. Rush the washing rustle. Rush the washing rustle. All right. Burgess's fish shop sauce. That's a tough one. Burgess's fish shop sauce. Burgess's fish shop sauce. Burgess's fish shop sauce. Burgess's fish shop sauce. La, 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 la. That one's tough. Any of you that can trill your tongues, go ahead and do it. Any of you that can trill your lips, go ahead and do it. And any of you that can do it at the same time, go ahead and try. Okay. Fruit float. Fruit float. Fruit float. Fruit float. It is a fruit float. Okay. Moving on, I got one more tongue twister for you all before we move on to our exercise for the day. And this one is pre-shrunk shirts. Pre-shrunk shirts. Pre-shrunk shirts. Pre-shrunk shirts. Pre-shrunk shirts. All right. So, we are going to be working today on a little exercise. It is not super complicated. The only thing that you will need to familiarize yourself with is a very common nursery rhyme that I hope that many of you already know by heart. And the nursery rhyme we're going to use for our vocal exercises today is, drum roll, itsy bitsy spider. Okay, so let's review together. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout, down came the rain, and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Okay. So that is what we are going to be using. And today we are working on coloring words and coloring phrases. Now, I do not mean literally that we're going to take a marker or a colored pencil or anything like that and color words on a piece of paper. I'm using that term a little poetically and a little bit not realistically, but we are going to imagine in our minds when we say words that we are going to try to add a color to them, okay? A certain way of saying them. And I will help you guys along with this. The first words, we're going to work on just words first before we get to the whole itsy bitsy spider thing, okay? We are going to work on saying words neutrally with no emotion whatsoever and really not too much inflection or pitch variance or all of the things that we naturally use in our natural speech. It is a little bit like when you're speaking using neutrality, it sounds a little robotic, and that's okay. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Okay, so we're going to start by reading I'm going to share some words with you guys neutrally, and then I'm going to speak the word trying to reflect the word's meaning. Okay, that's where the color is going to come in. Okay. So, for example, our first word is the word cold, okay? When I think of the word cold, I think of, getting chilly and everything. But first, I'm going to try to say the word without any of the natural feelings I have about the word cold, okay? And we are going to say it neutrally. And a good way to say something neutrally is to find yourself in a neutral position. So you don't want to be, doing a weird kind of physical expression of the word. You want to be in a neutral place, very comfortable, very centered, and we are going to say cold, cold, cold. Okay, it's all right. Neutrality is not an exact science, okay? So, excuse me for a second. My notes are blowing around because I have a fan on. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to be able to get by. So, here we go. Next word is warm. I will try to say it neutrally. Warm. 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 Okay, so another thing that is a little odd for me right now is that I'm trying to go to a neutral place in my head. So that's the reason why I'm closing my eyes, because when I'm shooting these videos, I'm staring back at an image of myself, and it's pretty distracting. So to try to teach being present and in the moment and trying to do any of these exercises effectively poses a little bit of a challenge for me when I'm trying to share with you guys. I so wish I could see your faces instead of my own. All right, continuing with neutral readings of words. This is not going to work. Okay, hold on just 1 second. I got to turn off my fan. All right. Hopefully my notes won't blow around on me. Okay, so next word, freezing. Okay. Freezing. 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 Yeah, it's difficult to be neutral. you guys. I hear a lot of my own natural ways of speaking showing up, even when I'm mindfully trying to be very neutral. So this is not an easy task, and be gentle with yourselves, okay? Nobody gets this exactly right on the first try, myself included, okay? I think my most neutral reading of the word was probably my final one. If I were pretending to be objective about my own performances. All right, our next word is sweltering. Okay, I'm gonna try, get in a neutral place. Sweltering, sweltering, sweltering. Okay, feeling pretty neutral with those. So now let's take those 4 words now that we've tried, and I hope you are all trying at home as well. Now let's take those 4 words and let's try to add some color into them. And by color, I just mean we're going to try to say them with a little bit of life to them, okay? But we're going to be specific about the life that we are trying to inject into these words, okay? And so we're going to try to reflect the word's meaning in the way that we say it, okay? So our first word is cold. I would say my first inkling is cold. That would be a pretty honest way of saying that word, trying to reflect its meaning. Also, when I think about cold, I think of cold. Kind of gritting your teeth through it might be an interesting way. Maybe you all can share some ideas with me about how you think those words should be said. Next word is warm. So I'm going to try to say that word while reflecting that word's meaning. So, warm, warm. Okay. Clearly, I enjoy being warm much more than I enjoy being cold. Perhaps it is different for you, and that is totally okay, you guys. All right? Maybe cold for you is very pleasant, and warm is icky. You don't like being warm for whatever reason, or you like being cold for whatever reason. Those are perfectly acceptable ways to try to do this exercise too. The next one is freezing. Okay, so different than cold. Cold was cold. Freezing is a bit colder than cold, I would say. Freezing. Sometimes you will surprise yourself. But that was just a first shot, first thing that came to mind. My next word is sweltering. Okay? Sweltering. Sweltering. Okay. So when I think of the word sweltering, I think about the physical things that are going on in my body. When I am sweltering, I'm normally pouring sweat and feel really sticky and gross and like I need a shower immediately. And so I was trying, and I also feel a bit exhausted when I'm in sweltering heat, kind of saps my energy. So I was trying to convey those things in my readings of these words. Now, you guys should take a shot at these 4 words: cold, warm, freezing, and sweltering in your own time. Okay, so you could pause the video if you are watching this later, or you could take a moment after this video is done and let me know how you guys fared on your tries at trying to reflect the word's meaning in the way that you're saying the word. Okay, so now on to our big hoorah, the itsy bitsy spider. we are going to color this whole phrase with different emotions. Okay? So, first, I'm going to try to tell you the nursery rhyme of the Itsy Bitsy Spider while thinking of trying to deliver it suspensefully. Okay? Suspense just means that you don't know what's coming around the next corner. Okay? So it could be very, very surprise. Each word could be a surprise, or each event in the nursery rhyme could be a surprise. There are multiple ways to do this. Okay? I'm just giving you my first ideas off the top of my head right now. So I will begin with suspensefully trying to share with you the story of the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Okay, here we go. The Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the spout again. Okay, so there's a noble effort, I hope, at trying to share the story of the Itsy Bitsy Spider with you suspensefully. Okay, next emotion that I'm going to explore is nervously. Okay, so different from suspensefully. Suspensefully, you don't know what's coming around the next corner. Nervously makes me think of anxiety. Okay, so I'm going to try to share with you the story of the Itsy Bitsy Spider nervously. The Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the spout again. Okay, so there is my effort at trying to share this, trying to color the phrase with an emotion. Okay, the phrases of the nursery rhyme Itsy Bitsy Spider. All right, let's see what else we got here. I'm going to share the Itsy Bitsy Spider using an emotion that I think a lot of us are very familiar with. This one is a go-to for most actors in any performance, I find. And finding ways to vary this emotion is particularly challenging, but also very rewarding in your acting work. I'm going to explore sharing the story of the Itsy Bitsy Spider with you all as if I were angry. Okay, I want to remind you all that I am pretending. Okay, I'm going to pretend to be angry. I am not really angry. Okay, so I just want to have that out there. But I'm going to explore this, like I said, because I see a lot of actors go to this emotion very, very frequently. And sometimes it's all on the same note, you know? And I find that anger is a very, very complex and large emotion. And when you are trying to portray it on stage, there are all sorts of different ways that you could. So The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Okay, so you guys, I'm not really angry over here. But that was my attempt at exploring the story of Itsy Bitsy Spider angrily. Okay, so let's leave ourselves on a better note than angrily. Okay, let's find the opposite of that, and let's explore the Itsy Bitsy Spider happily. Okay, this will be my final rendition of coloring the phrases. I really hope that you all that watch this will take me up on my advice to try to color the words cold, warm, freezing, and sweltering with their actual meanings. So try to say those words in a way that reflects the meaning of the word. Okay. Also try to say the words completely neutral and see how difficult that is. It was pretty challenging for me. I haven't done a lot of neutral work recently. And so that was a kind of a surprise for me, how difficult it is to just remain neutral. And then I want you to experiment with the Itsy Bitsy Spider nursery rhyme and sharing it with different emotions. And if you guys don't want to explore these specific emotions that I've shared with you guys today, feel free to, check out, let's see, we've done suspensefully, we've done nervously, we've done angrily, and I'm going to end on happily. You could try sadly, you could try suspiciously, you could try depressed, you could try operatically, if you want to. You could try to make it a rock song if you want to. There are a whole slew of emotions. You could try warmly. You could try motherly or fatherly. There's a whole bunch more. I don't have them all written down here to spout them off to you all. But happily is the emotion that I'm going to finish out our class today on. So I'm going to try to share with you the story of Itsy Bitsy Spider in a manner that is happy. The Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the spout again. Anyway, I hope that you all are doing well out there. This concludes our little theater talk for the day, working on our voices, trying to color words and color phrases. Okay, I hope that this was in some way fun for you all. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. We have a new schedule for live videos and videos coming up. That is on our YouTube page, so you should definitely check that out to see when videos will be coming out regularly. And I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Okay, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. I will see you all next week.